Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to a new video. So today we're talking iPads. Now as you know, I've had iPads for quite a few years now. I've had the original iPad Air, I've had an iPad Air 4th gen, and now a new boy is on the block. If you see this little camera down here, you see a flash, you know what that means. iPad Pro. So, why did I get an iPad Pro? Which iPad Pro did I get? Why did I get a new iPad? What happened to my old iPad? And more questions will be answered in today's video. Hey, what's up? My name is Jacob Eastep. I'm a photographer, videographer, YouTuber, student, and complete weirdo. And that sounds really basic, but ask the friends and you'll hear stories you probably want to hear. So with that being said, welcome to the channel. My name is Jacob Eastep. Be sure to subscribe, and links are below for most of the things you'll see in this video, as well as on my social media and website where you can buy merchandise to cover your devices, such as a phone case, an iPad sleeve, a laptop sleeve, and more. Let's get into the video. Roll that intro. Alright, so today we're talking iPad Pro. Now, let's zoom out so you can actually see this thing. So this is the iPad Pro. 11 inch, 10.9 inch, first gen. Now, why did I get a first gen? Well, it was cheap. I needed a new tablet that had a lot more storage, preferably double, similar when I bought my iPhone actually, that could store most of my photos. And so this one right here was the cheapest iPad Pro I could get with, cheapest iPad period, well Pro actually, that I could get with 512 gigs of storage. Now, why didn't I get an iPad Air? Great question. So glad you asked. Well, the iPad Air is a great device, but it doesn't come with up to 256 gigabytes of storage. It only comes with 256 gigabytes of storage. It does not go above that. And so that's just something I needed more storage, so I got an iPad Pro. This device can go up to a terabyte, however this device here has 512. Now, 512 gigabytes of storage is a lot. I can store my entire iCloud photo library, which is 240 gigs, plus a lot of other files for video editing, which I do all the time on this iPad. I have LumaFusion on here, and so I edit on the go. This is actually faster at points and more powerful at points than my completely spec'd and loaded out MacBook Pro, which is sad, but it's great because I can just take this little guy, edit on the road, and it's a great experience. Not as great as using an actual keyboard, but I digress. So, today we have the iPad. Now, this, of course, is the first gen, so it only has one camera, but it also has a flash. You want proof? I'll give you proof. Boom. If you did not know, the iPad Airs do not come with a flash, but this is the exact same lens that was in the iPhone 11, so this camera looks absolutely friggin' fantastic. Not as good as an iPhone 13, but it takes some decent photos. If you can't see this here, it takes some decent photos. Nothing to write home about, but I mean, why do you need a good camera on an iPad anyway? So, as I said, this has 512 gigs of storage. Let's just go into storage and see how much I'm using. Oh, look at that. I'm using less storage on here than I am on my iPhone. That's actually very surprising. That is because I have not synced my photos onto this iPad yet, I guess. Okay, so I have 200 gigabytes of files on here. But if you look here, let me see if I can just bring... I'm using 314 gigs out of 512. So this, again, like I said, is a 512. I've got 200 gigs of just normal files on here, which is great. And of course, I've got some Apple TV stuff. I've got some GarageBand. I've got a public beta that needs to be installed, which is 6 gigs. It's an update I just need to get on here. But yeah, so as does my iPhone 13 Pro. This has ProMotion, so that's that high refresh rate display that the lower end iPads never had, and do not have still, and anything before the iPhone 13 did not have. And only the Pro devices have it now. So why do I have an iPad? Well, and why did I get a new one? Well, if you remember, and you may have seen it in some of my older videos, my iPad had a tough life. My iPad had a tough life. A multi-tool fell on it. This one actually fell right on the screen, shattered it completely. If this was my iPad Air, which is the exact same size, this corner right here had a massive shatter that just like splayed out everywhere. and now things I want to draw, I don't. But it was just destroyed. I was out of storage because as my job is coming up for this summer, which is a photographer, I'm going to be on the road a lot and moving a lot, and just carrying around a 4-pound laptop wasn't really ideal. And I've been wanting to do more tablet stuff because touchscreen, like video editing, which I mentioned. And so an iPad was really just the best option for that. So yeah, I got an iPad, and I was like, wow, I really love this. And then mine shattered, and taking notes was hard because this full top screen just didn't work. Like, it was this big, and then it shattered down here, down here, down here, down here, down here. Now, all these other ones were more of hairpin cracks, but it was bad. And so it just made more sense to put a screen protector on it, which is actually what I did, and then wait it out and see what happened when I got home for the summer. And actually get it repaired would have been like $600, and so it made more sense just to buy a used iPad. I got this for $438, 512 gigabytes, which would have been around $1,100 new, and so again, it just made more sense to buy a used iPad. So I did that, and I put all my files on, and I was like, what the crap happened? Ran out of storage instantly. I have 200 gigs of photos plus 200 gigs of files. That's 400 gig. And then I don't know what happened to the other 100 and something gigabytes, because if you add up all my apps, I mean, it's like 11, 10, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 8, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And somehow I was using 511 gigabytes of storage. Don't know how that happened. It was really weird. But I was, and I was like, well, crap, I'm out of storage. So I turned on iCloud Photos again. And I'll probably try and figure that out before I leave, because I want to do editing on this for photos this summer at my job. I'm working at a summer camp in Wisconsin. But yeah, back to the iPad. Why an iPad Pro? Well, this does not have Thunderbolt. The new ones do, but this is just USB-C, so I can just plug in my SD cards. I can plug in all my external drives, and it just works, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm actually going to get one of these, but Lightning, for my iPhone. And this is just great. I thought about getting the bigger display, but that was just something I didn't need, because like if you go into my class notes, these are all notes from college, and so it just made a lot of sense to take digital notes as opposed to actual notes on paper, because this is just faster for me. So I am rambling. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't really know where to go from here, so I'm actually going to drop it at that. I'll probably do a follow-up video talking about using the iPad Pro and video editing on the iPad Pro as opposed to my iPad Air, and I'll catch you guys in that video in the future. So with that being said, links are below, social media, follow them. Sorry this video is a little more scatterbrained, but I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy, fam. Peace.